5 lessons I learned after moving abroad. You know that feeling when you learn something new, whether it's a cool life lesson or a new tool or even something completely useless gossip, and the first thought that hits you is, I wish I knew this earlier. Unfortunately, some lessons in life you just have to learn the hard way, but others you can totally steal from people who have been there and done that. And that's exactly why I'm starting this new series, I Wish I Knew This, where I share all the lessons that I've learned after moving abroad so you don't have to figure it out the hard way. Hi, I'm Priya from It's Okay Yaar, and welcome back to our channel. And if you're new today, It's Okay Yaar is a content platform for South Asian immigrants, and we aim to educate, entertain, and empower them. And in this series, I'll be breaking down everything that I've learned about life, career, relationships, and more after moving abroad. This is episode number 1. I'm going to cover 5 life lessons I learned after moving abroad. So let's get started. Number 1, we don't learn enough life skills. I thought I knew it all. Turns out I knew nothing. I'd not learned enough life skills. Growing up in India, like many of us, I was told to concentrate only on studies and everything else was largely taken care of. When I started working in a different city, my life remained largely the same. I concentrated on my job and hired someone to cook food, clean my home, and wash our dishes, and so on. So when I moved to the US in 2017, of course, I was in for a rude shock. Suddenly, I was faced with doing tasks that looked like a big challenge: cooking meals, paying bills, doing laundry, and driving. Tasks that seemed simple to others were a major struggle for me. Assembling furniture at that time wasn't a fun activity, it now is. It was a humbling experience to say the least, but it also taught me a valuable lesson: the importance of life skills. I know I'm talking about these things from a privileged lens. I accept the privilege I was born with, and I'm not complaining about the fact that I had to cook and clean. Far from it. I'm trying to explain that the things that we took granted back in India are actually essential life skills which everyone should learn just to exist and survive by themselves. In India, we often prioritize academics and career over practical life skills. As a result, when we move abroad, we find it extremely difficult to settle in. We think we are missing our homes when in reality we are actually missing the comfortable life without the need to learn any life skills. Number 2, decision making is the single most important skill you will learn. Growing up in India, a lot of big and small decisions are made for us by our parents, teachers, and society in general. From choosing what to eat, what to wear, which college to go to, and even what subjects to study, or sometimes even who to marry. But things change when you move abroad. Suddenly, the mundane tasks of daily life become a series of decisions. What to eat, where to shop, what milk to buy, what bread to buy, should you eat food at home or order from outside, do you want coffee with milk or without? All we want is that at some point someone comes and tells us exactly what to do. What I realized is that while a lot of us love the independence that comes with moving abroad, we don't want the responsibilities that come with taking our own decisions. The weight of responsibility can feel suffocating, but over time you realize that decision making is a skill like any other. It's about learning to weigh options, consider consequences, and trusting your instincts. It's about learning to prioritize, to delegate, and to say no. It's about recognizing that not every decision needs to be perfect, just good enough. So, the next time you're feeling overwhelmed by the sheer number of choices, just take a deep breath and go with what feels right. Number 3, beware of the success checklist. Success in India is like a checklist: good education, good job, and a secure future. And when I moved to the US, I realized that even here, especially within the Indian community, there's another unspoken checklist. Have you bought a house yet? What car do you drive? Did you get your green card? Which tech company do you work for? The idea is clear. If you're far away from home, the only way to prove that it's worth it is by achieving these visible milestones. Otherwise, what's the point of living away from friends and family, right? Wrong. For someone as ambitious as I am, it's tempting to measure myself against these standards. But over time, I have learned that success isn't about taking off these boxes. It's about defining what it really means for me. For some, it might be financial freedom. For others, it's building a fulfilling career. And for some, it's simply finding happiness in the little things every day. It's not always easy though. Insecurity creeps in from time to time, but redefining success is a journey, not a destination. So if you're feeling like you are falling short, ask yourself, what does making it mean to me? Before I move on to the next one, I want to say that I understand that a lot of these concepts may sound alien to you at the moment. Trust me, I felt it it too when I moved here. Some of you may consider this philosophical bullshit, and that's okay. Maybe this isn't time for you to learn this. Maybe you already know this, but it's good to have this knowledge at the back of your mind, and I promise I won't say I told you so. Number 4, asking for help is extremely powerful. Do you know the biggest lie we were taught growing up? That asking for help is a sign of weakness, that self sufficiency is a virtue, that struggling through something alone somehow makes you stronger. But in the US, I learned that asking for help isn't just accepted, it's expected. Whether it's reaching out to your mentor for career advice, whether it's a colleague to clarify something at work, or even just leaning on your community for emotional support. The key, being specific. Instead of saying, I need help finding a job, say, I am looking for opportunities in a product marketing at a mid-sized tech company and noticed you have some common connections. Are you comfortable connecting me with this person so that I can talk to them more about the role I'm interested in? People want to help, but you have to make it easier for them to help you. So if you're struggling, don't wait for a perfect moment. Reach out, make the ask. You'll be surprised how many doors open just because you knock. And finally, number 5, embrace the discomfort. You'll never truly feel settled until you truly learn to embrace the discomfort. Moving abroad, starting over, navigating a new culture, none of it is comfortable. There are moments of doubt, awkward silence, conversations, situations that push you to the edge of what feels not manageable. But here's the thing, every challenge, every uncomfortable moment is shaping you to be someone stronger. The first time you order a coffee, the first time you buy groceries, the first time you step out in the snow and the wind hits you in the face, or the first time you face an issue with your visa. Each of these moments feel uncomfortable, but they also unlock new opportunities. I'll explain. I would have never tried getting my EB1C if we had not gone through our L1 extension rejection. Discomfort isn't a signal to stop. It's proof that you're evolving, learning something new, and moving forward. The sooner you stop resisting it, the faster you'll grow. Lean into it. That's where the real change happens. And like I said in the previous lesson, ask for help when needed. And that's it for today, guys. If you found these lessons helpful, please hit that like button and share it with your friends. Which lesson did you find most interesting? Let me know in comments and I would love to hear your thoughts. And if I missed something, please share that in comments too. This was the first episode of my 3-part series, I Wish I Knew This. Next one, I'll share 5 career lessons I knew before I moved abroad. If you don't want to miss out, hit that subscribe button on our channel. And remember, if things aren't going your way, it's okay, yaar, because they will eventually turn around. Until next time, this is Priya signing off. Have a wonderful day.